Alright, a lot's happened on this flight today. So this is an Atlanta flight. It left out of Detroit, Michigan for Heathrow. So this is a EGLL flight. It has covered, goodness, 3,700 miles. We are just coming into the England area. In fact, right now we're 360 miles outside of Heathrow. We're not far from descent. We'll take a look at our descent information. I've gotten the insufficient fuel a lot, but according to our current numbers, we have 10,000 gallons of fuel, no, 10,000 pounds of fuel remaining, which should be plenty to get down to the runway. Doesn't leave me a lot of room, of wiggle room, so we need to be sure to get this right. It will be necessary for us to kind of make a turn for the runway. That shouldn't be a problem, really. On this flight, by the way, we've had several hiccups on the navigation side where it's been on autopilot and it literally has turned back toward the US. And on 3 of the navigation points, and I haven't figured that out completely yet, but I will. But there's definitely some bugs in the cockpit of the navigation. It's all going to be on my watch and my fault, but we'll figure it out. This is a Delta flight, so this is we're Delta 16. We're not on ATC and we're not on VATSIM on this flight. Typically I'd be on say Intentions, which provides our ATC, and my co-pilot, and even provides me with some, if I want it, my mentor, Millie Skybound. But in this case here, I don't have her on this flight. Well, she's here. I mean, she's actually here, but we're not using ATC today. So, somebody closed my shade there. In any case, we will be coming in on the Nugra arrival, and we're about to hit Bavud. But if you notice here, we will not start descending. Yeah, actually, we're probably going to descend a little bit before what they anticipate. Here, you see here it says 33,000. We do have some strict guidelines around Heathrow, and we're going to try to abide by them, but because we don't have ATC involved and VATSIM, it gives us a little leeway, a little latitude. We don't don't have to get it perfect, but we'll see how it goes. I will say this about the 767. This is the updated model, and it, in terms of navigating with it, landing, approaching, descending, it's been pretty good. We'll see how it goes today. Let's see how it goes. If our speeds look good today, we'll see how things go. Right. Let's get our pad here. Got to be careful to stay away from charts, because if I hit charts, it will bump us out of the sim. There is a, I don't know if they fixed that, and I'm afraid to hit it. I am utterly afraid to touch that button. So we're not going to touch it. I just would prefer not to put, punch the bear there. Let's don't do it. Right. I have no idea what the BNN there and the 070. I don't have any idea what that's all about right there. Oh, yeah, I do. Forget it. Just ignore me for a minute. I'm good. See if I can set this up. So we're coming in on 27 left. 27 left. Doesn't come up. Alright, didn't come up. What if I put in RW 27 left? On the 737, you know what I'm doing. I'm trying to put my fix info. What if I put R W Y 27 left? Nope. Then I'm not going to worry with it. What if I just put in Heathrow? EGLL. Alright, so what if I put in 0.10? Well, excuse me. What if I put in 10 miles here? Then I put in 4.5 miles. Alright, that should show up on my display now. Yep, there it is. So I got I gotta do it my rings. Alright, cool. Well, they're there. When I need them, they're there. Alright, we're probably going to start our descent at a certain miles out. like probably around 200 miles, maybe about 87 miles, we'll begin our descent. We have 9,000 like pounds of fuel. That's pounds, not kilograms, but pounds. So we've got to get down. We've got to get down soon. Because we can do this. Okay. I already have set our altitude to 2,500 here because that's our final, but we've got a slow descent to get there, and we do have it should factor in our any restrictions on the way. Let's see if we've got any. We do. We'll have some along the way we have to pay attention to. And it'll just hold us up at those altitudes. It just won't let us go. You see the adder above there, or I see adder above there, of course. By then, we should be on the ground by then. We will see. So, VNAV plays a big part in our descent. Our approach information 109.50 is already in place. Our course heading for the runway is 269, and our VNAV speed at our landing is flaps 30 at 134 knots, and we'll put that in right here. So our VREF has been set, and we are ready to go. If you are an Xplane 12 person and you are curious about the 767, it's taken me a while to get used to it. And I say that because I'm a 737-800 guy in probably an Airbus A321neo guy. That's my primary two aircrafts. 320 I'm having trouble with. The A320 flight factor, just having trouble on some of my landings. Just not, maybe there's just some little things I'm working through. It's not no showstoppers. But the 767, I hadn't spent as much time on. So the 767 and the 777 by fly factor were two that I hadn't spent as much. I just started spending a lot of time with the 767 because I got my captain's rating for Delta Virtual. So now I will say that I'm getting used to it, and I like it. There are things you just have to get used to that aren't quite as automated, but it's okay. It really is it's an amazing aircraft. I will say that I really do like this aircraft. Right, we're at 258 nautical miles outside of Heathrow. The only thing I'm not really nervous about any. I don't think go around is going to be an issue on this, but we are cutting the fuel a little bit close. We are. We've been time in flight right now, as it stands now, is 7 hours and 36 minutes. That's with a couple of anomalies and detours along the way, but I think so far everything looks pretty good. Millie, what are we flying over right now?
We're currently flying over the beautiful Irish countryside, likely between Gormanstown and Laytown. Keep an eye out for the coastal views.
Beautiful, beautiful. That is beautiful. That area, this area. I am actually, I have English roots. My ancestors were ichthyologists. They came over to the States, 1600s. But I've never spent any time in England at all. I would just love. That's one thing. I think that's a bucket list thing. I'm not sure. We'll see if I ever get to go, but I would love to be able to go to England more than virtually. Good right now. Things for where we are. Very good. 233 miles outside of our destination. Since no ATC's involved in this, so we're actually on our own. We can descend when we get ready. We are about to ready to descend. We have 7.9 thousand pounds of fuel right now. So right at 8,000. We have about 500 gallons. No, excuse me, 500 pounds of fuel left in the center tank. That would be like last resort emergency, and hopefully that will not be an issue for us. Let's kind of leave that alone. Let's go ahead and tell our passengers it's getting close, and we'll give a PA announcement here. Okay, remember hit PA before descent.
Ladies and gentlemen, as we start our descent, please make sure your seat belts and tray tables are in their full upright position. Make sure your seat belt is securely fastened and all carry-on luggage stored underneath the seat in front of you. Move the overhead bins. Please turn off all electronic devices until we are safely parked at the gate. We hope that you found our flight enjoyable. We would like to remind you that cushions and blankets are to be left in your seats. Thank you.
Descending, I think we'll be using less fuel. I think less, so we should be burning less. So, yes. We'll see how it cooperates with the descent here. So, I just hit the descent, and then I'm going to go back and hit VNAV. The answer is I'm going to have to force it to go down. So we'll have to do a control descent. We're going to go back. We're going to go down at about 1,500 feet per minute.
Attention, please prepare the cab for arrival.
And ladies and gentlemen, we have begun our initial descent. At this time, we ask that you kindly begin to recheck the security of your seatbelt. And if you've removed any items from the overhead bins, please begin to restow them at this time. Please check around your seating area and the seat pocket in front of you for any cups, glasses, or other articles you wish to discard. And kindly hand these items to the flight attendants as they make their way through the aisle. Thank you so much. We should be landing in approximately 15 to 20 minutes.
So we're doing just a steady descent. I've got us on about 1,500 feet per minute. is. 208 miles outside of Heathrow. And I do think it's going to help us because as we descend more and more, we're going to be like throttling back. I'm going to bring a little bit of speed brake up, trying to control that descent rate or the descent speed. Because right here I want to go 300 knots. I want to go 300 knots, and I'm like, no, I don't want you to go 300 knots. I went 300 knots. Let's bring that back just a little bit more. No flaps. Just a steady descent. You still are pushing that. Oh, come on. Bring us back a little bit more then. Welcome to jolly old England, chap. It sounds so like fake. As soon as we get on the ground, I got a nice cup of coffee that I'm waiting to add me some of. If you hear any radio traffic, it's not related to us. I don't think Heathrow will try to reach out to us. I don't think they will. No, because they're not familiar with our flight right now. We'll be able to communicate with the tower probably when we get closer. But there's no need to in this particular scenario. So our current altitude is 23,230, descending to 2500. We're holding at about 303 knots, 300 to 303 knots. So our descent speed, I think it's controlled. No sense for us to be going any slower. we are coming down early. I would say we're coming down about probably about 60, 70 miles or 70 nautical miles early. Normally we'd be descending down to about 200 at Tobit. In fact, what I might do on this, let's do that. I'm going to hold on at 5 until Tobit. I'm going to hold at 200. Try to be good little soldiers. You're coming down, because Heathrow is a bear. Like, they're very particular. All right, we're at 6,600 pounds of fuel. We keep getting reminded we have insufficient fuel. Understand that, dear. I don't know if it will let us do it, but we could declare an emergency. But the reason I want to do that is, first of all, a tower operator can't say this though. Poor planning on your part doesn't constitute an emergency on my part. That the only job role that doesn't apply to is an ATC operator can't say that. Air traffic controller, they can't say it. Yeah, it does constitute an emergency on their part too when you have poor planning. Here we're leveling out at 200. For about for about 70 nautical miles. We're going to stay at this rate, and we're monitoring our fuel closely all the way down 6.4, 6.3. That's just it's scary. It's dropping. If we were to drop our speed, I think we could probably save some fuel. Hear that? That's a nice sound. So we're gonna drop our speed down to 240 knots. We don't want to increase. We're gonna drop our flaps. We're going to arm our speed brake while we're at this rate, but we don't want to cause increased drag because we use more fuel. What if I were to open up the center tank? Can I do that? No, it's not helping us at all. Xplane run on I-7A.
It's really not a matter if Xplane will run on it, because you can set your graphic settings to a level to where it will run. But the sacrifice for smoothness will be cutting back the graphic look. But you could run it, and it's worth trying it. Alright, we're at 5,600 pounds of fuel. We really need to get on the ground sooner than later. We'll see if we can make it. Really push this to the nth degree. We are 131 miles. We're 131 miles outside of Heathrow. 5.6 gallons left. 5,500 pounds of fuel. Not gallons, but pounds. So we've got 2,500 pounds of fuel in each tank. We're going to just try to take it smooth and easy. Do anything we can to save fuel. We're descending. We're about to descend down to 15,000. I really would like to have some VNav help on this, but I don't think VNav can help me with this. VNav is a rule follower. That's what I'm saying. It's definitely a rule follower. So VNav on the 767, you can't knock it. It's going to follow the rules, and that means that when it says here, hey, you say that you're not supposed to go below 200 at Tobit, it's gonna fuss at you and say you're not going below that, and so it will kind of go back and forth with you. On the 737, I have some intervention buttons, like where I can intervene. I noticed like I can hit like a speed intervention, but on this I can't do it. I can do altitude intervention, So on the 767, it doesn't allow for that. It's not a big deal. It's not a showstopper. They must have had a reason not to put it in the 767. Probably because it got abused or something. I don't know. So we're just going to take it step by step. And I don't know what ATC will do with me right now. Let's try it. Unknown flight 123 Alpha Zulu, radio check. November 123 Alpha Zulu, radio check.
Delta 123 Alpha Zulu, London Control, readability 5.
London Control, this is November 123 Alpha Zulu. We are declaring an emergency. We are currently at 5.4 thousand gallons of fuel remaining, and we're trying to get to runway 27 left at Heathrow.
Delta 3 Alpha Zulu, good evening. Stay request.
We are declaring an emergency. We are currently down to 5,400 pounds of fuel, and we're trying to make it to Heathrow. We just need priority access. We would like to come in on runway 27 left.
Delta 3 Alpha Zulu, confirm you are declaring an emergency. State nature of emergency and intention.
Delta 123 Alpha Zulu, we currently only have 5,000 pounds of fuel remaining. We have a fuel emergency, and we are trying to make it to Heathrow, runway 27 left. We're just asking for priority seating, priority arrival.
Delta 3 Alpha Zulu, roger. Emergency acknowledged. Proceed direct to Heathrow. Runway 27 left is not available. Active runways are 3 and 21. Advise attention. Delta 3 Alpha Zulu, roger. Emergency acknowledged. Proceed direct to Heathrow. Runway 27 left is not available. Active runways are 3 and 21. Advise attention.
Delta 123 Alpha Zulu, are you saying that runway which 22 is available? Delta 123 Alpha Zulu, is runway 27 right available for arrival?
Delta 3 Alpha Zulu, negative. Runway 27 right is not available. Active runways are 3 and 21.
I don't understand why he's saying that, because Heathrow, Delta 123 Alpha Zulu, confirm that you are Heathrow. You are giving us the Heathrow international information.
this is London Control. You are not under basic information service. Please state your request.
Delta 123 Alpha Zulu, we are trying to arrive at EGLL, and it is necessary for us to have an emergency priority arrival at Heathrow on runway 27 left.
Delta 3 Alpha Zulu, roger. Emergency acknowledged. Proceed direct to Heathrow. Runway 27 left is not available. Active runways are 3 and 21. Advise intentions.
Delta 123 Alpha Zulu, runway 3. I am talking to Heathrow. No, I'm not talking to Heathrow. I'm talking to Center, and I'm confused by what he's saying because there is no, what he's saying doesn't exist. Runways 3 and 21. He's at EGTT. Delta 123 Alpha Zulu, you were at Taton Hill Airfield, correct?
Delta 3 Alpha Zulu, negative. This is London Control. You are not under basic information service. Please state your request.
Delta 123 Alpha Zulu, we need to proceed to Heathrow as soon as possible. We are down to minimum fuel. We have about 45 minutes of fuel remaining.
Delta 3 Alpha Zulu, proceed direct to Heathrow. Contact Heathrow radar approach on 125.625 for further assistance. Safe landing.
125625, thank you. Delta 123 Alpha Zulu is at 150. We are declaring an emergency. We are down to 4.4 thousand pounds of fuel. We have approximately 30 minutes of fuel remaining. We need to get down to get on an active runway.
Delta 123 Alpha Zulu, Heathrow radar, roger, AT150. You are cleared for immediate descent. Descend altitude 1500 feet. Runway 27 is active. Report when established on final approach.
Descending to 150. We'll report on final at runway 27, Delta 123 Alpha Zulu. Well, that was nice. That was very nice. Very well done. So I'm at 4.4. So 4,400 pounds of fuel. The center tank's no good at all. It's got 500 pounds in it I can't use, evidently. So kind of in a mess there. So we can't use the center pumps. I don't want to touch the cross feed, I don't think, at this point. We don't have a balance issue. So, and we're at 75 miles outside of Heathrow. We should make it. We should. It's not what you want to hear. Anything I need to tell my passengers? PA. Go PA.
Ladies and gentlemen, the captain started the emergency descent procedure. We ask you to remain calm and follow our instructions. we will be starting preparation for an emergency landing. Employees of other airlines and firemen are kindly asked to approach the flight attendants. Please remain seated and follow our instructions to the letter. Make sure your seat back is in upright position. Close your folding tray, take off your ties, and open the top shirt button. You may put your jackets and coats on. Please take off all items which can cause injury. Glasses, contact lenses, dental fixtures. Place them into your carry-on luggage. The carry-on luggage must be stored under the seat in front of you or in the overhead bin. Take off your shoes and place them under the seat in front of you. Seat straight. Fasten your safety belts and tighten it. A safety card is located in the pocket of the seat in front of you. Browse it one more time. Pay special attention to the location of the emergency exits. Every exit is marked by an exit sign. Emergency floor lighting will help you find the exits. If needed, an oxygen mask will automatically appear in front of you. To start the flow of oxygen, pull the mask towards you. Place it firmly over your nose and mouth. Secure the elastic band behind your head and breathe normally. If you are traveling with a child or someone who requires assistance, secure your mask on first and then assist the other person. Keep your mask on until the uniform crew member advises you to remove it. Before landing, put your head between your knees, place your hands around your head, and hold tightly. If needed, we will give you the command to use the emergency inflatable slides. Only after hearing the command to evacuate, take off your seat belt and follow the lighting to the nearest exit. When using the slides, jump in a seated position. Try to run as far as possible from the aircraft. Once again, please keep calm. Thank you.
I probably overreacted there. I don't think we're really gonna. I don't know if we're gonna be in that bad of a situation. he kind of really. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Right. We're crash land. No, we're not. We're not. We're good. Wish I could talk to them, but I can't. I have to let him talk through me. I'm not putting my transponder on 7 to the emergency frequency because then that voids out my Delta flight. So we're just going to play it step by step. I don't think it automatically moved it. No, it hasn't. We're at 1200. But I'm not moving it to that. Right, we're we're in fairly decent shape right now. We are. So we are at descending. We're just now about to descend below 11,000 to 10,000, down to our 7,000. Was our next marker. But we are monitoring with bated breath that 4,000 pounds of fuel right there. We're cutting back our speed to 210 knots. Beautiful. It's beautiful out here. Stars, everything. Just beautiful night. Feels real Englandy out there, yeah, doesn't it? Your word for the day, Englandy. We will not be seeing VNAV again. Sorry, VNAV. Didn't mean to leave you out. Things are looking really good right now. It's good.
We're actually getting some decent treatment from the tower, considering we have no flight plan right now. I don't think, technically speaking, we're a VFR flight. What I'm trying to be real careful about is we're at 3,800 pounds of fuel. And I don't want to cause additional drag to eat up my remaining fuel.
Advisory frequency approved. Report cancellation of IFR or missed approach this frequency. Take care. Shamrock 715, contact Heathrow Tower on 124.475.
Delta 123 Alpha Zulu, we're currently at 30 minutes of remaining fuel with 235 souls on board. I believe that we're going to be okay. I'll advise when we get on final.
Delta 3 Alpha Zulu, Roger, AT150. Continue your approach to runway 27. Report when established on final approach.
Runway 27 will report on final approach. Delta 123 Alpha Zulu.
Delta 3 Alpha Zulu, Roger, runway 27. Report when established on final approach.
Roger, Delta 123 Alpha Zulu reporting on final.
Delta 3 Alpha Zulu, Roger, continue approach, runway 27. Speedbird 271, climb flight level 230.
0 for Speedbird 271. For Speedbird 271. Speedbird 271.
Steve, are you okay to handle if I turn comms over to you, or are you not good for VFR?
I'm not really trained to handle VFR comms. I'm more of an IFR guy.
Man, it's turned into a beautiful night. Right. Our fuel looks good right now. Fuel looks good. Holding out well. Out to our right should be Heathrow. Yeah. I don't really think I need you anymore.
descending to 3,000. Low and slow, sometimes you can use more fuel, but we're already only 25 nautical miles from destination. We'll have a big turn coming up, but I think we'll be alright. We're at 3,300 gallons. Excuse me, 3,300 pounds. Keep saying that. We just went to flaps at 1. We're about to go to flaps 5. Flaps 5. Speed brake is armed.
Challenger 6-5, Bravo Foxtrot uniform, turn left, heading 255.
Turn left, heading 255, turn on.
I'm trying to keep this in my view right here because that's my most important number.
Canadian 0,000,
3,200.
on 124.475.
Reducing speed to 190 knots. Alright, I got it fixed. And there we go, flaps are at 15. Stay flaps 15 at 190. Dun, 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 dun. That's beautiful, I heard tonight. Pay attention, son. Slight right here. Our approach frequency is already set.
November 5, Mike Ronan, I'm connect your flight. Tell me your destination.
November 5, Romeo, destination is Denham, Echo Golf, Lima Delta.
Hello, Heathrow. $2.9 thousand. And the only problem with our fuel is just that we're at 15 flaps. That's additional drag. or low and slow. In other words, they would call it low and slow, and sometimes you can burn more low and slow. So that's the only concern. We may have to shut one engine off just to taxi because we don't have any fuel left. Or get the taxi to come, the tug to come get us. So now our waypoints are, it's currently heading to CF27 left, which is the setup for 27 left. We're now just reducing our speed to 170. And we are at flaps, I think 20. Flaps 20? Does that sound right? Where can I see that on my panel? Let's see, is it over here? It is. So right now, that flap's 20. Flaps 20. And we can do this. Okay. So we're going to go from CF27 left to FF27 left and to on final.
Lufthansa Echo Delta November. Climb flight level 230.
Climb flight level 230, Lufthansa Delta Echo Delta November.
What I'm doing now is I'm kind of giving myself my own vectors, so we can set up for CF27 left. We'll be on final, so that's why I cut off for a minute. Check that out. That is so cool. And there's London. That includes, you know what that is. You've seen that before. Wow, what a rendering. That looks so good. Hello, London.
Speedbird 560 Yankee. Climb flight level 250.
Climbing flight level 250, Seabird 558.
I know, not the time to sightsee with no gas.
Climb flight level 3.
We're at 1,400 fuel remaining, and that's so not good. I just realized Okay. Right. Back to VNAV, and this will set us up for final. I don't think you can cut it any closer than this because we are down to point. We're going to be less than 800 pounds of fuel. I've about exhausted. Oh, crud. It may mean that I don't get a approval on the flight.
Speedbird 632, climbing to 6,000 feet.
Speedbird 65 Tango, Yankee, contact Heathrow Tower on 124.475.
Clear to D161J, climbing to flight level 220, Speedbird 632.
Delta 123 Alpha Zulu on final for 27 left.
Delta 3 Alpha Zulu, runway 27 left, is not available. Continue approach for runway 27.
Delta 123 Alpha Zulu, unable. We declare an emergency. Mayday, mayday. We have less than 300 pounds of fuel remaining, and we are coming in on 27 left.
Delta 3 Alpha Zulu, roger, emergency acknowledged. Continue approach, runway 27 left.
Our fuel pressure is down to nothing right now, and we could lose engines at any time. We could lose thrust. I have left my thrust open, but I'm about to cut back to we're gonna hit the runway a little faster than I would like to, but we're at 150. Let's see what happens. All right, let's see what happens. And Sidray, if I'm pronouncing that right, yeah, you should be able to. It should run fine. I mean, it will. And you have to tweak your settings. It all depends on how you're set up and how you like to fly. But
500.
yeah, it would definitely be worth it for you to do that. Good luck to you, Sidray. Good night.
Yeah, we're on reserves and point two. Yeah, I am not. Yeah, now it's just about getting passengers down. Okay.
100. 50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
Delta 3 Alpha Zulu, stay right there. Emergency vehicles are on their way.
We made it. A little squirrely there, by the way. That was, I got really squirrely.
Please remain seated with your seatbelt securely fastened until the captain has parked the aircraft at the gate and turned off the seatbelt sign. This will be your one and only indication that it's safe for you to get up and move about the cabin. Please be reminded to use caution when opening the overhead bin.
Not a necessarily good landing.
Articles that may have shifted during landing.
But we made
You
it.
may now use your mobile phones and other handheld electronic devices while we taxi to the gate. However, your laptop computers and larger electronics must remain stowed. We invite you to visit delta.com for all your future travel needs, including checking in for a flight.
See if we got enough
and
to make
your
it.
Miles account. If any of you should have questions regarding ground transportation, baggage claim, or any other information, a Uniform Delta agent meeting this flight will be more than happy to answer any questions you may have. On behalf of Delta Sky Team, our global partners, and flight crew, we'd like to thank you all for flying with us. We've enjoyed having you on board and look forward to the opportunity to serve you once again. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful evening. Flight attendants, prepare doors for arrival, please. Cross-check and all call.
Not a stunning, outstanding landing on the end, the backside of that. I think if either I didn't kill my autopilot correctly, but we did make it. And
Speedbird 274, contact Heathrow Tower on 124.475.
goodness gracious, we're gonna get gigged for our gas. Brakes engaged. Let's call for APU. GPU. Said APU. We need stairs. Shocks. We need a fuel truck. We're gonna need a passenger bus, loader unit, and LSU. Yeah, we're gonna need a waste unit too. I'm scared to poop out of the passengers. Get some air. I think it's gonna not pass me on this flight because my fuel.
So all my numbers look good except
Heathrow radar identified. Climb flight level 100.
I'm probably at my fuel.
Speedboat 67, Heathrow radar, climb flight level 230.
Heathrow radar, speedboat 67, climbing via SID. Climb flight level 230, speedboat 67.
Yeah, welcome to Heathrow. Okay, hey, thanks for hanging out with me for a little Sid Ray. I hope you get, hope you enjoy Xplane 12. I will say this, you won't regret it. It'll take you a while. Just don't give up early. Give it some time, and you'll have a blast with it. You can do it. All right. This is Steve signing off on an Xplane 12, flight factor 767, 300. And we even did, at the end there, get a little help from, say, Intentions. They did give us a little boost. All right. See you on the next one.